Welcome to the fourth and last day of my new portfolio project. After the last 3 days, I've been working on the content, wireframing, doing the art direction for the images in the project, and yesterday got a professional portrait taken. Now it's time to get down to the design, choosing the right typography, colors, designing it, setting up to look perfect, and then developing it and building everything, including the interaction, again, connecting it to my domain using Webflow. I'm excited. It's the money time right now. Let's get to work. So the design is basically done in Sketch. I want to show you how it turned out and kind of walk you through how I was thinking about stuff. So first, let me show you. So basically, this is the header going into some kind of an about section with texts, and then starting to show the projects. So basically, I just had to enter the images that I've created 2 days ago, and I think it looks pretty good. The reason I ordered them that way is just so that there'll be contrast within the backgrounds. And I've decided to give up the Instagram feed at the end and just put a stay in touch. So let me walk you through how I was thinking about this and why I made those decisions. So I've started off by picking the image. I had great images from yesterday, and it was actually pretty hard to choose the one that best I want it to represent me on my website. So my rationale was that I didn't want to look too cool, as if I'm like so cool and mysterious guy, and because I wanted to have something that's really, it looks like nice. It looks as if I'm a nice person and it's fun working with me, and that I'm like an approachable person, not some kind of a, somebody's out there and it's like too cool. So that's the reason I chose this photo, and I think it looks really good. I like the geometric shapes on the background, and actually it kind of led me to go with the kind of a dark blue color just because of the shirt that I had on. So I thought it would be kind of a good fit to go with kind of the dark blue colors. And I chose to go with the font Futura, which is kind of an old font that I really, really like, also a geometric font. And yesterday I was kind of playing around, and I actually discovered that I have, because I'm a Creative Cloud member, I have access to Typekit, which I've actually never used and I didn't know, but there was like gazillion fonts. They're really good fonts that I could use for free in my website, and it should be pretty easy to implement them into Webflow. I never tried this before. So I just went on with Futura, just one font, and basically two kind of weights. This one is, I think it's the medium and light, medium and book. I think I use medium and book throughout the website. One thing that I was kind of struggling with is I wanted it to be super fast for people to contact me, to find the email, because I feel like there's a lot of websites where it's super hard to find where's the email of this guy. So I've actually put my email 3 times on this website. The first time here in this contact, it will just automatically open the email dialog. And then here in the work, I've also added email me if you think we should be working together. And then at the bottom of the website, I've also added kind of the email icon. So I was kind of thinking, should I put a whole contact me section, but I decided against it at the end. I've also added a paragraph here about my YouTube, which I forgot to do. I was wondering if I should talk about the YouTube as a project with a whole section, but I decided just to put a little text on it, because basically I want this website to show my kind of design skills. So I didn't want to approach the YouTube as another design project. And the logos here, when I was thinking about who is the client that's going to look at this website and consider if to hire me or not, then my clients that I work with the most and that I want to keep working with the most is startups from the tech scene. So I put in logos, even though my work has been featured in some kind of a design blogs and stuff like that. I don't think that tech people know design blogs or they care about this. So I've tried to put the logos that mostly they will recognize, because this is kind of a social proof that's relevant to them. And I've also actually redesigned the text about my work from kind of a general bio into kind of a more descriptive text that explains what I do specifically for startups, because again, I think that's what's relevant for them. So again, I don't want my website to be too general. I want it to be super, super specific to the people that I care about and that I want to communicate with. So I think basically that's it. Now, usually when I'm building the website, when I'm doing the design, I already try to think, how will this look like in mobile? So some people already do the kind of mobile design in Sketch, but I usually don't do this because I have this in my head and I already do this in Webflow automatically, so I feel like it's a waste of time. But in this case, I feel like it might be a little challenging, because in this project, for example, I will need to have extra space at the top for the text to go here. I mean, the whole composition should be completely different on mobile, which means I won't be able to export this whole background image and just place it. I will have to bring it on as different elements so that on mobile I can structure them differently so the text will be readable and that it will look good. So basically, I think right now I'm heading over to Webflow to actually start developing this, and I think that this will be the most challenging thing in this development project, because I also want to put a little bit of interaction, a little bit movement and depth to the website, and that's why I will have to export from Photoshop. I've created all the images in Photoshop. All the little components that, as you can see here, for example, the mobile phone, or here the different elements on the page, I will have to bring them in as separate PNGs so that I can create movement and structure and then position them differently for the mobile version. Anyway, it's time to move into Webflow. Let's get down to work. So after an intense 3.5 hours, the website is done. It is complete. It is ready for desktop. Everything looks nice, perfect. Images are looking sharp, nice. Mobile version also looks pretty good. I really like how this turned out. It was a bit more complex than I thought, structuring the layout. Oh, by the way, I did not live stream this today because that would just slow my internet completely, but I did record everything, and I'll probably publish this tomorrow or in 2 days, so you'll have the whole 3 and something a bit hours if you really want to see step by step how I did this using Webflow. Because I'm a bit tight on time, I have to head out for a meeting right now. I did not accomplish all the little interactions and animations that I wanted to do, so I'll probably do this in another day. But I feel super, super happy that I kind of stood on my deadline and finished up this website in 4 days of work. I'm super happy with it. It was pretty intense to do this because I only shared this with you, but it was on top of all of my normal, client work, new school work, everything that's going on in my life, my son, my wife, everything. So it was a super, super intense week, but I'm glad I did this. I took this step, a little bit of extra effort, and I really like the result. So I'm heading out to the last meeting of the week right now. I will publish the full step-by-step Webflow video if you want to see this, and I'll really need to chill during the weekend because this has been like super intense. Anyway, hope you guys found this helpful, and I will catch you guys next week.
You mean who am I, the rest of